Yes, 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 everybody. Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. It is match day and it is live as West Ham take on Bournemouth. 5:30 kickoff. Very early today. Very, very early today. Yeah, I decided to get it really early because I was a bit worried about parking. That's the trouble. It's like when we always play a 5:30 kickoff or any game like that, it never works out how you want it to work out. So I thought I'd get it very early. Mrs. Budden, hey, it's my man, the Bobster. No, yeah, so it's all good. We're looking forward to the game. It's going to be an interesting game today. 5:30 kickoff. We play Bournemouth side, who are quite. Do you want to come on?
Hey, Ross.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm actually busy this afternoon.
Oh no!
It's annoying.
How you doing?
Yeah,
You good?
good.
We're live, so anyway. You all right?
Live.
We're live. We're live. There's the Bobster. There he is.
It's a big game today.
Big game today. Big game today.
So I feel like if we get the 3 points,
yeah,
we can put pressure on Forest.
Yeah.
Draw level with them, and more importantly, the Spuds. They've got a big game tomorrow. They're 5 behind us. I always think being closer than 2 or fewer points.
Yeah.
We're within striking distance.
Yeah.
And the thing is, annoyingly, our goal difference is a bit battered.
It is battered, but if you win, then obviously goal difference improves, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, a couple of clear goals today, and if Liverpool do the business against Forest,
Yes,
we could be out the bottom 3 by Sunday.
It's incredible. Like how do you remember? Like after that patch of 4 games, the Wolves, Brighton.
Yeah.
Who else did we lose to? Oh, Forest, Leeds.
Yeah.
I honestly thought
We're
like
dead and buried, weren't we?
yeah. And I don't know how we've turned it around because
It's weird.
we're
Isn't it?
playing good football. I was at the United game, and again, gutting Chelsea and United. We should have got 4 points in those 2 games.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're playing some decent football. I
Yeah.
feel like, okay, fingers crossed. If we survive and Nuno gets the budget for the players he needs,
Who
I think
knows?
next year Conference League we could be, back in like top 7, top 8.
Yeah, all good, man. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations also about the MBE.
MBE, I've got an MBE for services to public libraries. I mean, I always wear my West Ham my hat in the library as well, so they know that I'm a big
I
fan.
know you do. Go on, you're busy,
Okay.
man. Nice to see you. Take care, Bob.
Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons. See you soon, buddy. Take care, man. You never know who's going to turn up at these things. Good old Bobby. Bobby Seagull, MBE. MBE. Congratulations to Bobby on that. I see him every day. The thing is, his brother is a big Tottenham fan. So I see him quite a lot here on. Him and his brother. His brother is in a wheelchair, so they're always literally where I see him. So I literally see him every day in there. But he's a bit busy today. But anyway, there we go. Let's have a look who we got. Les, good morning to you. Hope you're well. I'm all right. I'm actually a bit nervous today, I'll be honest, because as Bobby said, in terms of what today could potentially do. If you win today, as I said, by a couple of clear goals against a very good Bournemouth side. I mean, anyone who watched their game last weekend against Everton, coming back to winning that game, they haven't lost in the league since the beginning of January, when they lost to Arsenal on the 3rd of Jan. They've had a massive turnaround there. Again, it's a bit similar to the Man United game. There's 2 teams a lot on form. Both are on form. And, anything's going to happen in the next, few hours. But, in theory, if all the stars aligned, then we could, by, end of play Sunday, be out the bottom 3. Now, who would have predicted that come the beginning of, say, coming to the end of the year? No one would have done that. No one would have thought that would happen, but it did. And look, we're riding on a crest of a wave. As Bobby said, the team are playing well. I think they're playing a bit of passion, a bit of heart. Whether it is bringing in Tati, whether it is bringing in the likes of Pablo, whether he's bringing the likes of Paco as well, 𝗕cie as well. There seems to be a lot of things lining up, which doesn't usually happen when it comes to West Ham in terms of things sort of going okay for us. Obviously, the only slight maybe frustration is obviously we welcome back Todibo today, but Potts will be out for a few games, and I had a feeling that Nuno would prefer to play Potts instead of Pablo rather than maybe Magassa, but I assume Magassa comes in today. I don't think he'll go with Wilson. But then actually last time he played Bournemouth, Wilson scored 2 goals in the first half, didn't he? I quite like when players play against their old sides, as long as it doesn't do the scoring thing. That really annoys me when we were talking about yesterday, me and Jim lads from the older the Bournemouth fan on TikTok, the king of the Yorkshire pudding, and we're talking about him, and he's like, yeah, I don't understand. Just celebrate. You know, you play for them now. You don't play for us anymore now. So, you know, it's like football. It's like work, isn't it? You wouldn't necessarily, you know, if you took a client off one of your old businesses, you wouldn't be going. You'd be excited. You'd be celebrating it. Damien, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Nice to see you. If we see Conor Ben today, give him a slap, Russ. Okay, Ryan, thank you. Should have got promised David. We'll actually believe, Damien, that there's talks on going for a summer move if we stay up. So we'll wait and see about that. But obviously we play an informed Bournemouth side today, a side who seem to cope well when they sell their play. You know, they're a very well-run club, and I think probably one of the most, I think Jerry did a video about it the other day, probably one of the most underrated clubs in the Premier League in terms of business. You know, they've got a very small stadium. So, but regardless of that, they managed to, you know, buy players at the right time, sell players at the right time. You know, you thought when they sold pretty much their whole centre-back partnership over the summer, they sold Semenyo, and yes, there was a little bit of, you know, dip in form, but, you know, Rayan seems to be firing all cylinders for them. You've got Krupi as well, a guy that we were linked to, but considering, you know, their association with Lorient, that's why they got the deal done. Despite us having but anyway, that's something I think we need. I think that's something we need to look into in terms of having these sort of agreements with other clubs, because it does pay dividends when you're trying to recruit for players and you've got already a association with Lorient or Strasbourg and Chelsea. You know, again, it's good business acumen, really, in all honesty. But yeah, we played in full Bournemouth side. You know, they've got a couple of players out, but they've played that for a while, the likes of Kluivert and stuff like that. Taverner is 50-50. Obviously, for us, we know Potts is going to be out. We know Pablo's out, and we know Lucas Fabianski is going to be out as well. Obviously, we welcome back Todibo. Does he bring Todibo straight back in? Does he go with a back four? Does he go with a back three with Todibo, Mavropanos, and 𝗕𝗪𝗓? I don't know. And if I don't know, then Iriala doesn't know either. And in fact, he'll be in the stands. He's banned from touchline today. So again, possibility there. You know, if you look in our past history against Bournemouth, it does seem draws seem to be. I think the last 5 games have all been draws. Obviously, it was 2-2 at the Vitality, wasn't it? They went 2 ahead. We went 2 ahead rather, and then second half they brought 2 goals back. 2 good goals by Callum Wilson, if I remember correctly. Let's go for a few more comments. There's loads. Sorry. Fortune's always hiding. All right, right. You doing, mates? We are staying up. There's no doubt. If there's no faith, there's just disappointment. Indeed. As I said, you know, we've still got 12 games left. You know, the title is still on because Wolves drew with Arsenal. We can still get 60 points. We can still win the title as long as no one else gets any more points. But yeah, so there's still lots of games, and it's going to be like this, isn't it? It's going to be like proper, like, you know, what's it called? Like a roller coaster, definitely. You know, after today, we then play Liverpool away, don't we? So, which is not an easy place to go to. But, you know, that Chelsea game, you know, shows we've got, you know, we could potentially, you know, if we turn it on, anything's possible with this side. We've got Pablo out for about 6 weeks, it seems. So, which isn't great. But, you know, and then we've got the FA Cup, March the 7th. That's a good opportunity. And what I like about the FA Cup is a good opportunity as well to keep those who are in the squad who aren't getting first team, like a lot of first team minutes, keeps them ticking over. So, because we'll need them, definitely. I imagine you'll see 8 changes from the side that beat Burton. You know, I imagine lots of Souček will be back in and people like that, and Fernandes, you know, and as I said, from a Bournemouth perspective, they'll be up for it because they're pushing for Europe, you know, and who would, you know, they're doing very well. And obviously the win against Everton the other day was very, very, it just shows you. Carl's gone for 2-1. Damon says, the clubs were honest about the Somerville situation last season, which they struggle with. I have been more supportive of the Krupi signing. There we go. Well, we wouldn't have got him anyway. We are in form as well. We certainly are. As long as Kilman's not in there, says Kaylee. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near it, to be honest, Kaylee. I think you might see him here for the Brentford game, maybe in the cup, and to give someone a rest. No, I think he's done really. I think he'll be on the bench. He'll come on if he needs to, if they decide to do that. But again, it depends what formation he goes with today. If he goes at 4 at the back, then you've got one of the three. Probably, Stavropoulos would probably more likely to miss that. I would suggest he'd be on the bench. Would you have him and Kilman on the bench? I think it's a bit overkill. Could give the opportunity for someone like Josh Jallah to come on the bench again. Maybe, I don't know. There's lots of. And that's what I quite like about it. There's lots of options. There's lots of ways that we can go with the squad now, which makes it very hard to predict. I mean, we can't predict it with Nuno because Nuno likes to tinker, doesn't he? We know Nuno likes to tinker. And I think there's the ability to sort of move pieces around. I still think, there's the option potentially at times, rather than do the whole Diouf Skiles 60-minute changeover, if someone's struggling, or maybe that, put Diouf into more attack, even put Skiles behind him. There's loads of stuff we can experiment with. I know Damien's very keen about putting Todibo in the central midfield, but I can't see that happening, in all honesty. Not for want to try him. Right, let's go. Is Brady going? I think personally, I think someone's taken. So Tara Warren, who was our COO, she left in December. Now she's taken up the football regulatory position. I think that's where I think someone's taken the wrong end of the stick, maybe, but we'll see. There's been no confirmed either way. Russ, it looks like looking a bit sharp. Yeah, the old Marks and Spencer's autograph. I'm having a glow up. I think that's what the kids call it, a glow up. Mrs. Budden, got a few. It's a set. It's a set. So yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I like this one. Although this one hasn't got no pockets. Any pockets here. But yeah, I've got a few. Thank you. Loving the jacket as well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ryan. Nice to see them. Do you know what? I've had this for a while, this jacket, and a lot of people have started, like in the last week, have said, "Oh, I like that jacket." So, thank you very much. I'd love to see La Madrid get 20 minutes in the stronger side. Nah, that's going to happen, mate. Burning Sparrow, I think it'll be a Desmond. Kevin from Lakeland in Florida, probably a lot warmer than it is here, to be honest. We'll be there. You guys are playing well. Working 2-2, in my opinion. I mean, a Desmond or my new one, which someone said, is the Spanish twins, Juan. Kaylee, yes, Rusty can walk the bench or run out the. I think we found a good line at the back 4. Looking nice up top 2. Yeah, Kaylee, I totally agree. I think we've definitely found it's just that little bit of tinkering, isn't it? So, I mean, we'll have the starting 11 show in a couple of hours' time. And for me, it's going to be, it'll be Hermansen in goal, back 4, Diouf. I think we'll go 𝗪𝗪, Todibo, Wan-Bissaka. I think we'll go 3. I think we'll go Magassa, Souček and Fernandez. And then Somerville, Bowen, Tati up front. I think I can't unless he decides to go to a back 3, but I just don't see. I think we tend to lose the battle in the midfield rather than necessarily from a defensive perspective now. And I think if you bring in someone like a Magassa and just get him to sit in front of the back 4 rather, I think that would work well. Obviously, that would be. I think Potts would have played that if he wasn't suspended for the next 3 games. So he's got, Magassa's got the chance now. He's got the shirt. Particularly with Pablo out, and it pretty much is Magassa, or I suppose he could play Wilson and play 2 up, but I just don't think he will. I think it'll be a similar setup to how he was set up for the Man United game here. But yeah, that's what I think. Jack's going for 3-1. Oddly confident for a win for somebody. So if we're going to work, means we're going to lose today. No, I think a point would. I think obviously the 3 points is what we need. I think realistically, I think I can I see us getting a point. Born for a very strong side, a strong side who are very young. They're fit. They play with no fear, particularly sort of likes of Adley, Krupi, and Rayan as well. They've got 3 really good players I know we've got good players as well, but they're sort of playing with no fear at the moment, and they've got something to fight for. You know, I think Europe is a distinct possibility for them. I think well deserved. We spoke about it with Jim Lads from TikTok this morning, so go back and listen to that. Love Jim; he's such a nice guy, and he was saying, you know, look, Europe it should be a possibility, and I think, yeah, Conference League definitely should be minimum requirement for how they're playing, and to show you, I mean, you know, in the same way, I think, to be fair, obviously we sold a big name in the January transfer window with Paqueta. They sold Semenyo. I think we've coped really well with selling him on. I think the team's improved, and that's very rare that happens when you sign one of your starting 11. We sell when you start with 11, but just shows, I think, the lack of impact he was having towards the end. And, you know, the likes of Fernandes now, he just looks like a different player. You know, he looks like a player who we're going to really struggle to hold on to next summer or this summer. Irrespective of what division we're in, I think there'll be a number of clubs interested in Mateus, who has seemed to just grown up in the last, since we signed him. You know, he was a good player when we was at Southampton, but he's an exceptional player. I'm actually a bit nervous today, I'll be honest, because of what could happen. See if we did win. And even if Liverpool, if we don't get a couple of clear goals, or, you know, we could be level on points with Forest going into next weekend. Granted, we're away to Liverpool, so chances are the gap will increase again. But it's going to be like this, you know. We've still got Wolves here, we've still got Everton here, we've got Newcastle away, we've got Fulham away, we've still got Leeds here. You know, it's still very much. Yes, we've got City and Arsenal here, but the way we're playing, who knows? Could pick up a bonus point against them. You know, I don't expect us to win either of those games, but we could get a bonus point, and that could be absolutely crucial. The frustrating thing is when you look back at, you know, we were talking to Bobby just now, you know, in terms of the Chelsea game and other games we've lost, like the Bournemouth game, for example, 2-0 up. You know, if we'd won that game, we'd be another 2 points. You know, we'd be a point behind. You know, it's all if, buts, and maybes. You know, if my auntie had bollocks, had been my uncle. Lisa's a must-win game, I feel. Chaz, big spuds. It's too early for calling the game celebration. But what will we be playing if we get 3 points? Always, if we get 3 points. Bubbles, then it's Sweet Caroline. Now, then it's a twist and shout, Sweet Caroline, and then West Ham United, the B-side to Bubbles, which is an absolutely cracking song. Absolutely cracking song. What we got? Tottenham started off as a midfielder. Yeah, indeed. Melvin 3-1. Bowen and Sunderland the goals. Could well be at the bottom three after this round. Could well be. And again, it's all about momentum. It's all about confidence, isn't it? I think, you know, another win, another strong performance. And again, for me, I'll be honest, it's not about the performance today. It's about the 3 points. It's about the points. We need to be picking up points every single game possible, because even if, say we win today and say Forest win, doesn't matter. The pressure's still on them, and we've still got Spurs, and we've still got Brighton. I'm telling you, Brighton are looking very dodgy at the moment. You know, they're the only one who haven't twisted, in my opinion. You know, Palace can't get rid of Glasner because he's going into the season. You know, Forest has changed their manager a few times. Spurs have changed their manager. Brighton haven't, and they haven't won since November. Do you know what I mean? So there is really, for me, a real question mark about them, and they've got some tough games coming up as well. But everyone plays each other. That's the thing. Everyone's playing each other, so it's quite incestuous in terms of the relegation battle. Someone like Fulham, I think Fulham plays all the title contenders in terms of Arsenal, Man City. Granted, we do too, but I think they play like all the bottom five as well. Something ridiculous like that. Jack says we need a fast start, an early goal, indeed. Cheeky West Ham win for JR. The crowd are a big part to play, and they will. I mean, you know, the crowd, as I said, the Man United game, anyone went to that game, the crowd are brilliant, you know, and because it's, yeah, and Nuno made a point in these on his press conference to say, you know, if we give stuff to the crowd, they give it back to us, and they give it back to you tenfold. They really do. And this place can rock. We've heard it rock. You know, it can really just, you know, it can create an atmosphere. You know, this falsity that there's no atmosphere here is bollocks. It's because it's not on the pitch, you're not getting anything decent. But I just think we've got the opportunity now to really push forward. Really push forward now. But it's dependent on the side. If we turn up and we'll be singing bubbles, and if the side aren't the first fast start or we don't see them trying, then it goes flat. And it goes flat very quickly. Jack says we look stronger in the back four. The earth needs to work in defending. I agree. Steve's gone for 2-1. Makes no sense, but going now, she'll wait until the end of the season. If relegation appears to fall on the sword, yeah, exactly. That's what I can't say. What's your connection? What is the construction on your right hand side? I've been living in the Philippines. Oh, this is the orbital. So you're up there. You've got a great view of East London, but you can see just on the outside there is a slide. You go to the top, and there's one of the longest slides in Europe. There we go. There he is. Jackie's in the chat. Jackie's in the chat. Hope you're all, mate. Nice to see you, buddy. I do turn it off. There we go. Good old Jack. Love Jack. Cheeky West Ham win. Mateus could fund the rebuild. So don't F it up. Do you have your songs ready, or do you choose GP? I'll go out the crowd goes. You know what I mean? I play to the crowd. I play to the crowd. You know what I mean? I am the conductor. Actually, I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what goes on until I get in. So I think we've got like a Ludo tribute thing today. So I don't know how that's working. So I never plan anything. I go in and sit down and then just, you know, if we win at half time, I might play a bit of lip up tatty. Who knows? Who knows? Forest looked good. They did. I mean, Forest looked very good the other day. That's why for me, I don't think. For me, it's not necessarily about Forest now. It's the others now. I think we've got more chance of reaching. And as I said, I think Brighton. I just think Brighton are going to go down and really struggle in the next few games. But we'll see. Every game. I mean, we did a show yesterday looking at I ran 10,000 simulations and how it all works out. And West Ham were like 67% chance of going down, 33% chance of going up. That was about 80% about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So yeah. Oh god, it's all jumped up. Let me go back up. Let's see how Forest and Spuds do in the Premier League. For fans need to be massive. Let's do it, says Raymond. Nuno should be bedding in to players to focus on getting the crowd. Well, he does, Damien. In fact, you listen to him. He's fully aware of the effect the crowd can have, and he's fully aware of the effect that the players can have on the crowd. I mean, he says it pretty much every like press conference. But at the same time, although it could be our biggest strength, it could be our biggest weakness as well. Because Aurelio will know if Bournemouth come out of the traps and get an early goal, atmosphere goes straight down. Doesn't it? It's like a tinderbox in the London Stadium sometimes. And it's like, if we do well, then we fire up. If we do well, it goes down very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Fingers crossed for this one. Really convincing win. I just think we need a win, ideally. Worries today will go to a back three with Tolibo and no to accommodate all three centre backs, but we know it doesn't work. That could be an issue. You know, I think you've got, for me, although it's likely that Tolibo's going to come straight back into the side, I think it's a bit unfair for Mav, because I think Mav's been brilliant. I do. And I think, that Burton game, granted it was against Burton Albion, but I thought he was man of the match. I thought he was exceptional. And he's been a rock. He really has been a rock. A total turnaround, really, from how he was maybe at the beginning of the season. And I think it's quite, not unfair, but it'd be quite harsh, I think. But he will probably be dropped unless he goes to a back three. Obviously, with Pablo out, as you said, he could accommodate that. I think four at the back is just stronger for us, because that extra midfielder, that's where we lose our games, is in the midfield. I remember the Chelsea game, decisions need to be made to bring on a third midfielder rather than necessarily a centre half and try and kill the game off. That battle was in that midfield. And it's same today. I think, they've got some good strikers. Defensive, Senese's good. They've got some decent centre halves as well, but I think we could have a go at them. I really do. Good keeper though. I do like that keeper. I thought we would have get him for him. Mark, good morning. Good afternoon to you. So can you play more Maiden in an attempt to get Stevie Harris to buy us? Steve had have money to do that. Michael says, I got us down for 2-0. Forest lose 3-0. We go 30, go 16. Perfect. And you got your print. Brilliant. Everyone's talking to each other. Happy Amaret. Nice to see. Any news on the larger signing contract? Yeah, as I said, it's been verbally agreed. I think we're just waiting for the official pen on paper, really. It means nothing. You're totally right. I mean, in the same way that we know that this stuff could be leaked in order for the likes of sides that �żoła was talking to in France and Germany to put more money on the plate. But I think the FA Cup squad inclusion, the fact is you're probably including the FA Cup squad when we play Brentford here. I think that would, he's got to be realistic as well. I think, it's about his career, what he wants to do best with his career. He's not, he might be integrated into the West Ham first team next season. He might be, or he might go out on loan next season. I think that's my preference for him, is to go out on loan rather than be a bit part player next season. Do like what Gideon's done for Luton, absolutely smashed it this season. Did well from last year in Wickham. So let's see what happens. But no official news on that yet. Looking forward to the Tifo pre-match. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Manager needs to stay wherever they stay up will go down. Manager needs to stay wherever they stay up will go down. Okay, Andrew. Yes, how are you doing now? What are you doing? Are you going to the thing? Yeah. Thoughts on today?
Thoughts on today?
I've had everyone. I've had Bobby coming up. I've had everyone today. I'm going to do this more often, coming. Thoughts on today out? Big out?
I'm nervous like every game now. I just get,
yeah.
The closer it gets, the more nervous I get, because I just feel like just every single game.
Yeah.
We're just on that crisp of either just that run ending.
Yeah.
Or it just continuing, and it's just being that West Ham fan. You just always got that little bit of pessimism. The optimist thing that says we've got a good record against Bournemouth recently.
Yeah.
We don't tend to lose a lot. We can get some in the day, but I just you just never know what's going on.
You never know. Although we seem to draw a lot. I think we've drawn the last 5 against them. So I reckon, yeah.
Well, I don't think they've beat us in competitive games in 2019.
No, they haven't.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, but it's a different Bournemouth side, isn't it? They're a good side. We are with different West Ham side. I think it's good. I want to win.
The way I look at it, right?
Yeah.
This is a different West Ham side.
Yeah, true.
Than the one that played them.
Yeah, true.
Earlier on this season, we went 2-0 up against them in the first half. Yes, in the second.
Good point. Yeah.
I reckon we are the reason we lost that game.
Yeah.
They weren't the reason.
It's the wind, weren't it? It was like the Arsenal fan. It was the wind, weren't it?
The way we threw away. That's
2 up. Yeah.
So and we are better than we were then.
Yeah.
And are they? I mean, I know they've brought in Ryan, but they've lost Semenyo.
Yeah.
And it's question mark.
They're doing better though. They're doing. That's the thing. It's gonna be a tough game. I think we're all sort of saying, yeah. I think. Realistic. Heart says 2-0 win. Head says 2-2 draw. I think I'll take a draw. I want to win. We all want to win. We want to win. We want Liverpool to stuff Forest tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah, like Liverpool to stuff Forest. As much as I want to see Arsenal bottom the title, I really hope they go tomorrow.
And Brighton to lose as well. Be perfect.
Brighton to lose. Palace to lose. Just all them to lose.
All them to lose. But yeah, I think Brighton are playing Palace next week. I think so, or something like that. Yeah, they play each other again soon in the league. They play each other. Oh, is it Brighton? No, Forest. Forest play Brighton next.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
See, I've always looked. I've had Forest fans in my comments saying, "You're not going to catch us." It's like, yeah, but you're not the team that I'm not really.
I'm not good at Brighton.
I'm. There's other teams in it. We just got to keep on putting the pressure on.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because I always thought under Dyche, he'd get him.
He'd get him enough. Yeah. Yeah.
This under Pereira, it's just so difficult to predict because
they did really well the other day against Fenerbahce. Really well.
They did, but Fenerbahce.
But they haven't lost for 20 odd games in the Superliga, and their side was pretty.
As we all know, Europe very different.
Yeah, very true.
Very different.
Yeah, very true.
Look at Tottenham.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Top 5 in the Champions League, really struggling in the league.
Yeah.
Even when we won the Conference League.
Yeah, we struggled. Yeah.
Season, but we dominated the Conference
League. Good point. Good point.
It doesn't just because someone is good in Europe doesn't necessarily mean that
form is going.
Very
to
true.
Reflecting like the program. So,
Very true.
one just got to take it
One game at a time. We can only play what's in front of us, can't we?
My theory is that next time we've got Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, but I just think with like that Chelsea game gave me a bit of hope. You know what I mean? When we can play it, because we for half a game, and granted it was Chelsea's sort of like B side, but for half a game we played them off the park, didn't we?
We did.
And I think,
yeah, you can.
And the fact is, in a weird way, having Pablo injured means that he'll play that extra midfielder in midfield and will make us more solid in midfield because like Szoboszlai and stuff. But yeah, anyway, we're looking ahead of ourselves.
What do you reckon he's going to do tonight?
Magassa.
You reckon it'll be Magassa, not Wilson?
No, Magassa. I think he'll do like we did Man United when they came in, play that second, and it would have been Potts today, but obviously.
I got it against Man United because their midfield plays with Wilson.
I mean, it's one or the other, isn't it? He either plays Wilson or he plays Magassa.
I think many teams have proved that you can get a Bournemouth.
Yeah, maybe.
You can.
But the thing is, it's always the other because then the other day against Everton, they did really well to come back against Everton, and that's what worries me if he goes ultra defensive towards the end because Bournemouth have got the fitness and they got the kids and there's no fear in that Ryan and Krupe and Adley to really go at us. So yeah, as long I mean he could even play back three today. I wouldn't be surprised. I know it doesn't work.
So I will see that as him chickening out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we've got Todibo coming back in. He's been really good, but then if you are going to bring him back into the side, you want to keep it back four, you've got to drop either 𝗕𝗓𝗓 or you've got to drop Dinos. I don't think either of them deserve to be dropped.
No, that's what I mean.
But, I think it's important that we keep the back four, which means you've got to leave someone out. And if he decides that, no, actually, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to actually choose them all, then I think that is a really weak
good point.
choice.
Good point.
Considering we don't do well in a back three.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Yeah.
So I will be surprised if he does that because he is a man who likes to. He's not afraid to make.
He's not afraid to make the big choices, but I think it'd be interesting to see what he does. I mean, the fact is, Irale not being in the dugout, although he's going to be in the stands, that's a little bit because he's such a presence. Like, that could be a big plus for us.
Sometimes I think that it can be an advantage, but sometimes he doesn't play it.
Because
you've got some managers who just constantly sit up.
Yeah, but he don't, doesn't he? He likes to. It's like if Palace lost Glasner, because that's what Glasner does. Literally, he's there orchestrating. You see him don't stop moving for 90 minutes.
I think that's good that they decided to keep him on.
Yeah,
that's good for us.
That's what I mean. The only ones haven't. As I said, that's why I think Brighton are in charge because everyone else is twisted. Spurs twisted. They've changed manager, Forest, but Brighton ain't, and Palace won't.
Their ownership as well. Like Palace fans are not happy about that.
No.
And it's not that they don't respect anything that Glasner does. It's just that they recognise now that his art's not in it.
Yeah, but the same with Aurelio. He hasn't signed a new contract. He's out of contract in the summer as well. So he hasn't said he's leaving, but I think
but that's the difference. He hasn't said he's leaving.
Yeah,
he's leaving his future up to the end of the season.
Yeah,
he probably is going to move on.
I don't know. I think we had Jim Lads on the other day. I love Jim Lads. He's so funny, and he was talking about it. He goes, "Well, if they get into Conference League, Europa League, it's more than possible for them this season. Then he'll probably then sign a new deal. So they've backed him. Yeah, they've sold Semenyo, but they brought in Rayan.
I'm so jealous of them.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't know.
So
He said, I don't know how we keep getting these players. But the thing is, Rayan though, he's played a whole season in the Brazilian league, so he's got to be knackered soon, surely. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean that is something to take into consideration. How come we buy a 19-year-old?
That's what I said. That's what I said about Louis Galere.
And they buy one, and he seems to just hit the ground.
Yeah, we were linked to him before. I remember getting Rayan.
I heard someone say it the other day. They just recruit in different circles.
Yeah.
Than everyone else.
They're in a different group of clubs. It's like them and Brentford and Brighton seem to just recruit in a different pot than everyone else.
Yeah.
And no one's infiltrated that pot.
No, well they just don't know how. It's some of them makes a weaker sense with someone like Madrid. Sometimes
he might come good.
He might do. I think he looked tidy on the ball when he played the other day, but yeah, it's very, very early to tell. Difficult game to really shine.
Yeah, but
difficult conditions.
Yeah, you might see him play for the Brentford game, maybe. in the cup. But what time's your thing? You're going, right?
It's actually.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, no, I got it pretty early.
Well done.
I wanted to catch you.
Oh, there you
What
go.
time you got?
Well, I didn't know what time I was going. I only got here early because I thought, I mean, I'd have probably got here about now. But I thought, do you know what? I just don't know about the parking. And Joe's like, oh, why don't you drive? Why don't you get the train? Oh, I don't want to fucking queue up.
I parked at the station. And got the train.
Yeah, no, I just thought, fuck it. And I managed to get quite a decent space there today. So.
Just trying to get out. Like after that Man United game, it took me ages.
Yeah, it did take a while. But I'm in a really good position where I'm literally like
2 videos in the space of before I could even get out of my parking spot because there was just cars just behind me, just standstill.
Yeah.
So
Brilliant. Kieran, good day to you. Hope you are, mate. So I'm just going for the comments because I've been too busy talking to you. Everyone's talking to each other. 3-2, yeah, 2-1, yeah. Lots of Toby's in the chat. All good. Oh God, yeah. Bloody hell, fucking hell. Nigel Ben's in the chat. Not the Nigel Ben, but the other Nigel Ben. Well, he's a West Ham fan, isn't he, Nigel? But he's in Australia at the moment. So, yeah, no, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. It's weird. I hate 5:30 kickoffs. It's like 12:30 kickoffs. It's that weird things happen, don't they? It's just.
I don't mind it, especially this time of year because you are technically under the lights.
Yeah. Although we won't have a light show because it's technically because it don't get dusk till 5:30.
No.
But I know what you mean. It's the lights will be on.
Yeah.
But it won't be like the.
And I don't know. It's what I said about the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
I was actually, while I would have preferred it to be a weekend, I'm not going to complain about it because we do tend to create a much better atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a cup game. Kids for quids. Yeah, but it's a Monday, isn't it? So kids will have to go to school and stuff, isn't it? But it's 7:30, rather than. Yeah. There we go. So if ever any of ours kids are off.
Do you know how many kids for quids games I went when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Like when I had school the next day.
Yeah, but you didn't get fined for an unauthorised absence, though, did you? Back then.
Those are the days when we didn't have an adult with us either. Like, there used to be about 8 or 9 of us, around 13, 14, and we used to get on the train ourselves and just go up and just buy the ticket and go in.
Brilliant.
You know, kids for a quid. League Cup games on a
Tuesday night, yeah.
Tuesday night in September.
Oh, yeah, like league, like that second round or whatever. When we were in Europe, we didn't get allowed in. Those were the days. Those were the days, my friend.
It is good.
No, it is. Yeah, well, it packs it out and it'll be on the telly, won't it?
Yeah.
So that's why, isn't it? It's a good. You know, for a Monday night game, if it's a sellout, it looks good in the club, doesn't it? So that's why I do it. Pack it out.
I think it really I'll go to that.
Yeah, so I think it's important.
I think it is.
It's not, but it's not even just for the FA Cup. It's just for momentum, really, isn't it? So, you know, then
I hope that with the tifo and the tribute to today, we able to create a little bit better.
There'll be an atmosphere. There'll be an atmosphere today. You know, we do it. People know what today means, and you know, as I said, that they'll always give it, but it's whether. And Nuno said it before. You know, it's whether they then give the fans something to cheer about afterwards. So, you know, the bubbles will be sung and they'll be singing all the songs. And if they come out the traps and fucking go for it, first 5, they'll be on board.
But this has been my argument when it's come to the atmosphere of this place. I think that the atmosphere suffers at every single Premier League.
Yeah.
When the performances on the pitch are poor.
Definitely.
I mean, there's many away games where you just don't hear the home fans at all throughout the whole game.
No, yeah.
Because
I was reading an article the other day about Liverpool fans moaning about their lack of atmosphere there at Anfield. You know, it's like
they've had a poor season.
Yeah, so that's why, isn't it? And it's like, and as I said, I always say it. You know, if I go to a comedy gig and a comedian's not funny, I ain't gonna laugh hysterically for an hour.
No.
If I'm up for a laugh, and then if the comedian's funny, I'll laugh back. So it's like here, if I'm not entertained, I'm not gonna be like a lunatic, like a German, you know, like a German match where regardless of what's happening on the pitch, the crowd are still singing. It makes no difference. If they're shit or not, you know, they'll always turn up on it. But no, I think there'll be fans will be up for it today, and and if they come out the traps early, maybe even grab an early goal or a couple of early chances, then they'll carry on going, and then you're in the mood then. But then that's what Bournemouth could do. Bournemouth will cut out the traps and get an early goal, and then it just goes completely flat, isn't it?
Well, we could though, but this team has got that fight.
It does.
It does have that fight about that. The heads. I think I've seen the heads drop since that QPR.
Yeah.
The only time I've seen the heads drop was that Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think that was more after the second goal. Really. The first goal, I don't think they dropped immediately, but the wrong subs were made there.
Yes. Yeah.
That didn't help the situation when you're making a defensive substitution, bringing on another centre back.
Yeah.
Trying to motivate the players on the pitch. That doesn't give them a lot of encouragement.
Yeah.
The manager doesn't think that you're good enough to defend that lead.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
It's a mentality thing as well.
It is, and I think, I think, obviously we've spoken about it before, haven't we? The signing of Tati, Pablo, Paco coming in, 𝗕cie coming in.
I think Paco has probably been one of the most important.
He's funny, isn't he? And I think we need.
It was such a weird one though. Completely come out of the blue. Never been in the system before.
No.
And then it's come in, and hopefully Nuno said, "Well, what if we start all three?" And Paco goes, "Shut up."
Exactly, and he actually says, "I do shout at him quite a lot."
I think Nuno does need shouting. Whether Nuno listens or not is another matter.
I think that's why it shows how important it is to have your own men with you, and your own sort of backroom staff. He hasn't had that, and I think they're just been, no disrespect to Robbo and Potsy, but they're yes men. They don't know Nuno, they don't know how he works, how he operates. So they ask him, and they give him the answer that he wants them to give him, rather than necessarily Paco will give him the right answer.
It's an argument that I come up with several times.
Yeah.
Especially like near the end of the year. It's just like, why didn't he get his own stuff? Why wasn't he allowed to bring in his own? Because this does play a part. It's not just down to Nuno. It's
True.
like the team behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because who's
Definitely.
teaching these players to defend? Who is teaching these players to take set pieces and defend set pieces? And that needs to be looked at as well.
True.
It can't always be down to the manager, especially when the manager has not been given the proper tools to be able to help them succeed. Not just the players on the pitch, but the people behind the scenes as well.
I did find out the other day that obviously Bruno's gone to Spurs, hasn't he? Bruno 𝗕𝗪, obviously our former assistant. He is now Eagles assistant at Spurs. Yeah, and Johnny Heitinger's left.
Yeah, they got 33 days.
They got rid of Heitinger and they brought in Bruno. So we don't talk about Bruno now.
Apparently they brought him in because he's got a really good relationship with Fidesz.
Yeah.
He never actually got to work with him because he's been injured.
He's been injured. Oh, boy.
So in the first season, we had Heitinger, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Kudus
was good.
Decent.
Yeah.
And in the second season, he was crap.
Yeah, and he left. Yeah.
And it was after that. So maybe there is a.
Maybe true. Yeah, maybe true. Yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe. So who's at the event today? Is it X's event today?
Collins and it was 𝗕cie, but he's got.
Oh, he's at Chelmsford now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be all right. That'll be a good night.
Yeah,
that'll be all right. That'll be good. Should be fun. Yeah, it's different, isn't it? It's a bit different.
Yeah, I can do it when it's late.
When it's late, so it's early, yeah.
When it's the early ones, I just can't get out early because things with the kids and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I managed to do all the things that we usually do on Saturday morning.
Get out of the way, yeah.
The only time I can get out of that is the game is kicking off at 12:30 and I need to be out the door by 9 to get to the
Yeah, that doesn't work, yeah.
I can't justify leaving an extra couple of hours early. To go to an event I don't actually really need to go to, but I just want to go to.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be good. Mad Dog will be there. Mad Dog's hosting it, isn't he? Martin Allen hosts it, doesn't he? So it'll be fun. He'll be on good form. He's been on good form last few days. All right, mate. I'm going to go in a minute, and I'll see you a bit later on.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we walk around and we've won the game.
Yes,
hopefully.
See you after the game.
Yeah. All right, mate.
Yeah,
go on, you.
Smile on my face.
Let's hope so.
Let's
hope so. Great Cake is on.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Good luck. Have a good night, mate.
Yeah.
And I'll see you a bit later on.
See you later.
Lovely, Alex. Cheers, man. Oh, he said everyone's here. Everyone's here, Steve. We've seen Bobby. We've seen Alex. Apologies, I haven't looked at the comments, but there's been so many of them. But anyway, thank you. As I said, join us for later on. We'll have the starting 11 show in a couple of hours. We'll have Conor Ben doing the pre-match. Then Anton will be doing the watch-along. I think Holly will be dialing in from live at London Stadium to give you a bit of atmosphere there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game today. I'm looking forward to it. I still think Head says 2-2, Heart says 2-0. But let's see what happens. Anyway, if you're new around here, don't forget to like, comment, share. Don't forget to give a little comment afterwards. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know, we're rapidly getting to 30,000 subscribers, a couple thousand to go, which will be mental by the end of the year. But also, we are everywhere when it comes to social media. So our Facebook group is getting larger. I think about 18, 19,000 on the Facebook group, West Ham Network. Jump on there. Lots of discussions, lots of talking points just on the Facebook page, so check that out. Instagram, on X as well, and also on TikTok as well. Anton's trying to get down with the kids and going on the 𝗕𝗂𝗂𝗧𝗏. But join us there. We're going to start doing some stuff just for certain things. So I might do like a Facebook only competition and stuff like that. Kieran says 3.5 hours before the game is mental. Well, it's more than that. It's 4. It's I've got to be there. Actually, I'm actually need to be there in 5 minutes. My call time is 5 hours, so I need to be there in 5 minutes. So I'm going to miss that. But yes, a long time. We are here a long time. Anyway, I will see you all later, and hope everyone has a great game. And so don't forget to check out Anton and come and jump on and have a chat with Anton later on. It's all good. Don't forget, also don't forget to check out Old School Hammers with Budgie and Kieran every Wednesday. We've got that every Wednesday, and then we've got Gift of the Gab with Connor and Ben. And for one night only, last week we had Irish Tommy. Irish Tommy couldn't do his Friday show, so we did Thursday show with them. So we try and something every night as well. We may well even have a show with me and Anton back every week as well. That's what we're trying to do. Jim Davis is in India. He's in India looking at your football. What times to win? The time is now, my friends. The players are ready for the battle. That's what Nuno says, and we are as well as fans. Anyway, peace out, mofos. I'll see you on the flippity flop.